Do you feel the presence of a superstar?
I do.
Do you feel the presence of there's a massive force that has entered the studio?
Mm-hmm.
You're so nice.
No, I was talking about me.
Oh, there you go. That's good.
No, I'm kidding. Taylor Swift is here. And for those of you who know or you know what I'm talking about, for those who have never seen her or heard her, she is going to, I really believe this. I mean, there are a few people that I've met that have what you have, and I don't even know how to describe it in words because I'm not an English major, but there's something about you that is, I think it's going to last for a long time. And a part of it has to do with, yes, you're a singing star and you've had a lot of success and nominated for awards and, you share your raw emotion, you write songs about boys and all that stuff, but it's also because you're nice.
Thank you.
Do you think you're nice? Because we think you're nice.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
That really is nice of you to say. Thank you.
Yeah, she's very sweet because, I don't know, did we have her on the air? Why did she write you? She wrote you and me a thank you note.
Yeah, no, we just
handwritten.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Aw.
So cute.
Taylor.
Well, we did a phoner, and you guys were really nice to me, and we talked about your shark bite and things.
Oh, that's
like
right.
that.
I remember. But I was like, I get this note from Taylor. I was like, the return address is like Taylor Swift. Like, shut up. Last night was an interesting night for you in Beverly Hills, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh, it was a really great day yesterday. I did the Ellen show, and I mean, there were crazy things that happened on that show, and I guess we can talk about that later. But last night, specifically, Ellen was so sweet because she flew out my best friend and surprised me.
She's the best.
Oh, who's your best friend?
Her name's Abigail, and she goes to college in Kansas. I hadn't seen her in months.
Oh, how cool.
And so she flew her out. My best friend walks out on the show and surprises me. And
So wait. So all right. So then, by the way, there's no greater person than Ellen DeGeneres. She is
she's the greatest
she's an angel
person
too
on the planet.
And she's been doing this for a while and has huge success and is still really nice too.
She's incredible.
Yeah.
And listen, so she listened to what she did. She made reservations for us to Mr. Chow.
Oh my God, that's so good. Right there in Beverly
I've
Hills.
never been there before.
Oh,
Right.
did you love it?
It was really great.
Yeah.
And so we walk in and we sit down, and
That's so cool.
it was really cool. And so we sit down, and my best friend just looks like she saw a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what's wrong with you? She goes, do you not know who's sitting behind you? And I was like, no. And she goes, Stevie Wonder is sitting behind you.
Ellen did that.
Ellen, no, she didn't do that, but he was just there, and he was there with his family and this big group of people, and I didn't want to be staring at them or whatever, but it was really cool. And halfway through the meal, they dim all the music in the restaurant. It was completely silent, and one of the waiters said, "Hey, somebody wants to make a toast," and Stevie Wonder stood up.
Oh my gosh.
I was freaking out. I will never forget this for as long as I live. I was just like, remember his words, remember his words. He stood up and he said, This is for all the people who fought for this country and died so that we could vote today. This is for the people who lived their lives with love. This is for the people who lived their lives with hatred because they were only trying to be loved. This is for all the believers. This is for all the non-believers. This is for all the people who died in the past without ever getting the chance to vote that we got today. And this is for the future generations and my future family who will get to vote. And he toasted to his mother who died 2 years ago, and then he said, and God bless you all. He ended it, he said, and this is for everyone here tonight whose goal is to make this country and this world far better than it has ever been. I will never forget it.
You have an amazing memory.
I was going to say, I don't know what's more impressive, his speech or the fact you memorized it.
I was like, I couldn't forget it. I was like, there is no way in my entire life I will ever forget this, because that's where I was the night of the election.
I mean, look at the tears. Ellen's got tears. Nallie's got tears. Nallie doesn't even have tear ducts. I mean,
She's
everyone's
crying.
It was the most beautiful thing.
No,
It's beautiful the way you say it.
That memory is
Yeah.
it's amazing and so powerful. Exactly, so powerful the way that you recited that. You know what it tells me? You know what it tells us, Ellen? I mean, you think about what Taylor saw last night in the heart of Beverly Hills at Mr. Chow's, and you listen to her recite verbatim, word for word, what Stevie Wonder said in that dimly lit gourmet Chinese restaurant, and you think to yourself, we got to stop drinking. Love Story and her album Fearless in stores this Tuesday. So a hectic few days ahead of you, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Let us look. Can we examine the lyrics of that song
Let's
for a second?
do.
We were both young. You're singing. You do like to sing about dudes.
I love writing about boys.
Yeah.
Really detailed, personal boy songs.
And do you ever have that moment where you realize or you think twice about the fact that it's so detailed, name-checking, and personal?
Kind of, but it's also sort of a personal thing for me, that it's like a personal goal for my songs to be so obvious that they know that it's written about them.
And do you think that guys, if this continues to be a theme and a trend, do you think that guys might be worried about dating you?
Yeah, I think so.
Because like, they don't want to be track 12.
They don't want to be track 12. You know what? If I find the right guy, then he won't hurt me, and so I won't have to write a song about it.
Have you been really? I mean, have you really been hurt, though? You think you've really been hurt in the past? You're very young.
Yes. Yeah, that's happened.
She's reaching for her coffee.
How many times
to soothe herself.
have you been deeply hurt?
Deeply? Once.
Deeply. Once.
Okay. So let's talk about it. Taylor was reportedly dating Joe Jonas. Now, we don't know if you were or not. And I know, this. If it's too tough, then just tell me it's too tough.
Yeah.
So you
we
were
were
dating.
Yeah.
And how do you make it through and past something that was so difficult? And clearly, you're still very, very hurt about it. What do you have to do to get through it? Is writing a song the most therapeutic thing for you?
Yeah, I've written about it, and I like to write about my life. And as my life changes and things happen, I write about it. And that's just how I deal with things. So, yeah, it's tough, and it's been tough, and you just have to try to realize that someday you'll find someone that's right for you.
And what is if you sit at home in your room at night and you sort of picture the perfect man, what is that guy? Who is that guy? And what does he look like? What does he act like?
I think that it's important, I used to always say like sense of humor, but I think that it's important to have the same kind of sense of humor. I have a really dry, sarcastic sense of humor.
Yeah, and clever and smart and quick.
Thank you. If somebody doesn't think that my sense of humor is funny, then that's not something that is good.
Right.
So sometimes, that can be a wrong match. If I'm not, if they're not allowed to go in public with me, that's sort of an issue too. I like freckles, and I kind of.
What do you mean if they're not allowed to go in public with you?
Yeah, well, that's just not something that I look for in a guy now.
Like if their management says, no, you're a sex symbol and you need to not have a girlfriend, like that?
Like that could be a possible turnoff.
By the way, I honestly, I like both of you, so I don't want to get into a place that's uncomfortable and awkward. And we're not privy to the details, and I know it's tough, so I don't want to make you go down that path. But point is, when you do meet somebody that you connect with, and maybe it doesn't go well, you do learn from that, and you grow from that, and you take something away from it. And that's what you're saying. You've taken something away from that can be a positive.
You really do, and it's like. I'm trying to shake it off. I'm not ready to jump back into anything with anybody because I don't think that would be fair to them if I tried to go, find someone to just fill the void right now. So it's just, I'm excited about my album coming out. I'm excited about, Don't
you have to relive these moments when you sing these songs? That would be extreme. Like if I'm on tour singing, isn't that going to be tough?
Yeah, and it's tough. There's actually one song on the record that is about it. I did an emergency, like a last-minute recording session. So there's a track on the record that's actually...
What's it called?
It's called Forever and Always. And, I think it kind of helps to be able to tell the story a little bit. It kind of helps me a little bit, when I get to a certain point and I can talk about, what happened and kind of just get it out of my system.